Smoking rates have thankfully gone down in the last several years. However, more and more teens and adults are turning to vaping. Great, a whole nother problem to deal with. And here with some ways that you can help you and your child quit. And more info you can use as well as Jennifer Spear. She's here with Health Plan of Nevada. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with cigarettes. If you use tobacco products for a long time, I think some people are like, well, I've been smoking for 15, 20 years. I'm never going to quit. Is that true?
That's not true,
Okay.
actually. Not to say it's not going to be challenging because you've been repeating a behavior for so long, but it's absolutely possible. I have a support group that I help to run through the health plan, and I have members who've smoked 40 years,
Wow.
45 years, and they're able to quit.
And we're seeing the results of people who do quit and their heart health increasing almost instantaneously, very, very fast.
Heart health,
Yeah.
lung health, even just the way they look, the way they sleep, breathe, everything.
Smell. It's another
Yes.
big one. Obviously, I mean, there's addictive chemicals in these cigarettes, but is smoking also, it's a habit, isn't it?
It's both,
Yeah.
really. The habit piece is a part of the addiction. So breaking that repetitive behavior is important. And then we also work with them on trying to break free of that mental connection that they have with that cigarette.
Gotcha. What is the best? Is there? Have we boiled down to this is the best way to quit? Is there a best way?
Actually, yes. We have what they call the best practice, which is support, behavior change, along with potentially medications that are FDA approved. And those things together are the best chance of somebody quitting and staying quit.
All right, fantastic. And there you have services, tobacco cessation, services that people can turn to if they want to take that next step.
Absolutely. And we not only work with folks that smoke, but other forms of tobacco and nicotine, including vapes.
Let's go into the vaping, shall we? I mean, like, I have a nephew that's a senior in high school now, and they have to have a person at the bathrooms to monitor to make sure the kids aren't vaping. It is a big issue.
Yes.
And I think it's probably the numbers that we're hearing are probably underreported.
Probably, yes.
Explain how big has this become especially the teenage community?
It's become so trendy. It's become very popular. That peer pressure that we used to see for smoking, we see it now for vaping. There's so much media
up there. Wow, it's ridiculous. Okay.
They are seeing more and more middle schoolers. I've even heard people reporting here in Vegas, elementary students.
Oh my God.
So,
God.
Yeah.
All right. So let's clarify this. Is vaping a safe alternative to smoking?
No. The safest alternative actually is just to smoke nothing.
Oxygen would be a
Yes.
good one. Yeah, oxygen
Yeah.
would be probably the best gas to put inside. How do parents attack this? Because it seems like it's a whack-a-mole. All right, we finally got the cigarettes. Now this is coming out. If we get vaping, it might be another thing.
One of the things that we actually are offering too is that we have a program where myself and another alcohol and drug counselor, we will sit down with the parents, sit down with the kids, go over why there's concerns, try to get rid of some of the myths about vaping, and help them come up with strategies to quit, to change the behaviors, as well as we want to, potentially work with the parents. But they need to keep that open dialogue with their kids and actually listen.
Yeah.
And really try to remember maybe where they were at as a kid and see their point of view.
Yeah, of course.
And it does take time. That conversation may not be just one conversation. It's going to be several.
You hit me with something earlier. Now, of course, I mean, people that are saying these aren't being marketed to kids, I mean, there's bubblegum flavors. It's like,
Yes.
it's obscene. But you were telling me of some of the things that are in vape juice. Please tell me one of these chemicals. Just hit me with it. Come on, tell the people.
So one of the active ingredients of laxatives is one of the oils that have been found when they do testing for vapes. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
That explains why all these lungs have been crapping out, because it's truly, I mean, there are kids, there are 18, 19, 17-year-olds that are having their lungs go kaput on them.
There was a 17-year-old just recently that had a double lung transplant.
And I think the thing with vaping is more than cigarettes. You're not going with the cigarette. The vaping, I mean, they're going at it and they're barely getting a fresh breath.
It's a pretty easy, pretty constant thing to use. People feel it's safe indoors. There's a conception that the fumes aren't going to hurt anybody else. So it's they do it more frequently sometimes.
There are resources on your website if parents want to navigate this whole thing.
Absolutely. TakingOnHealthy.com, we've got some good resources there. We have from a parent's perspective how they talk to their kid. And again, there's information about our program because we are more than happy to help.
Hey kids, you want to smoke some laxatives? See, so just say it like that and we'll be fine. Now the kids don't want to do it. It's great having you. Thank you so much. We're going to figure this thing out eventually. Kick smoking, which we're doing a pretty good job at. Now we got to kick vaping to the curb as well. You got to learn more about the resources that are available to you and your family by visiting takingonhealthy.com. And Health Plan of Nevada, by the way, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.